I think what is happening right now in society, I think a lot of people are getting married a little bit too flippantly. I think there's not enough emphasis on finding and vetting that proper partner. And as a result, people are marrying too recklessly and they're marrying bad partners. And also, I think people, it's easy to point the finger at, modern women and say you're not living up to your, traditional feminine role. Men are down bad too. How many men are truly traditional and good partners? I look at men, I see a bunch of fat addicted addicts. They're alcohol, drug. They're like, men are down bad also. How can you blame, I'm gonna simp for a minute. How can you blame these women for transgressing from traditional femininity when so many of their potential suitors, these men, are absolute losers? They're fat, they're addicted, they're jerking off to hardcore all day.
Yeah.
If you think the role of a man, a traditional man, is to lead and set the pace and build society and maintain what it is, we have failed. Men have failed. Men have failed. Men are down bad, and as such, the women have changed also. Mm-hmm. I think first it's a failure of men, and so I think we need to fix that, and I think that starts with men. It starts with the patriarchs. If you think that women are so propagandized by liberal college professors and our fucked up modern society, then you've accepted the premise that propaganda can work and that their minds can be distorted. Then propagandize them back. Then fix them. As the man, then fix them. Then help them. But first, I think you need to fix yourself. And I'm not talking to you specifically, but I'm talking men in general. Men need to fix themselves as well. The problem is not just solely women.
Yeah, you're so
right. Exactly.
Agreed.
I mean, I think both people have responsibility. Both men and women have responsibility in this. And idealistically, yes, I think there ought to be a return to tradition, or a return to modesty. But I feel like the cat is kind of out of the bag. I don't think we're going back.
Let me tell you something.
So because I don't think we can have a return to tradition discussion on marriage, the cat's out of the bag. So because of that, because women move differently, men have to adapt. I don't think men have changed all that much. I think
men have deteriorated quite a bit. I think men have facilitated the change in women as well.
I'm not saying men haven't changed, but okay, you have the sexual revolution in the 1960s. You have hormonal birth control. Okay, so you have the revolution, and look, women. I believe that women control access to sex.
No doubt.
So if we want to see a return to traditional values, since women are the gatekeepers of sex, they determine when sex happens. So if the threshold is marriage, and then I'll have sex with you, that would be the threshold. Men have always been like trying to sleep with women. Now, you could argue like, okay, well, in like strict Christian societies, chastity has been valued in both men and women, but
let me float an idea. There's a very cool book. It's called Men Amongst the Ruins. And the sort of key principle is, if society is irredeemably messed up right now, if things need to get way worse before they get better, if society is destined to crumble down and become a ruinous rubble, would you not want to be one of those beacons of traditional masculinity standing amongst those ruins to help fix society after it's crumbled with you and your trad wife and you and your trad family? I think that's a noble goal. You can say, listen, it's a very bad environment right now, but I need to persevere still.
Sure. Well, the thing is I don't know if I'm like perfectly a trad guy. I think there are some things about me that are traditional. However, I'm not a perfectly trad conservative guy. I consider myself kind of politically moderate, but
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, look, I just to kind of bring it back to divorce, though. I mean, look, alimony payments, child support. It's just not. It's not a good move.